Hello everybody, I am Frugalistic Lupus sister. I pray that this video find all of you all in good health and in good spirits. Today I will be doing a collaboration with my other Lupies out there, my Lupie sisters. And the invitation came from my fellow Lupie. Her name is Smiles Behind Lupus. She came up with this awesome idea that we do a collaboration with other Lupies and we have like a Q&A. And she wants to have like 5 questions. And so I was trying to think like, what questions can I think of and answer to them as well. But I was thinking about the questions that I get mostly from my friends and family about lupus. I do have 5 of them. Of course, there are tons other, but you know, I'm going to narrow them. I did narrow them down to 5. And I hope that this video will reach you all out there, and I hope that it will inspire you all to keep pushing and to do what you have to do to maintain a healthy and a happy lifestyle, because we all know how severe lupus can be, and I just want us to be healthy and I want us to be well. I want us to be able to enjoy our lives as much as we can, okay? Thank you. So let's get into this video. I'm so excited. Okay, the first question that I get a lot, like what I do to get through the day with lupus. What I typically do to get through my day with lupus, first off, in the morning, it is a struggle for me to get up and get out of the bed. So when I first open up my eyes in the morning, before I just jump up and do anything, I lay there for a while. Maybe like 10 minutes if I can, you know, if I can spare 10 minutes, I will lay there for about 10 minutes to gather myself up, because I notice that whenever I wake up and get directly out of bed, my heart begins to pound, and when it starts pounding, I start feeling very tired. So I try to relax and make sure I gather myself, gather my thoughts, and then I gradually get myself up and start preparing myself for the day. Whenever I do have to go work at my PRN job, my doctor recommended that I do not do any clinical work. So what I do now at my job is whenever they need me, what I do there, that I just take it easy. I do most of the behind the scene work, make sure all of the things that need to be done on the doctor's standpoint and the triage nursing, I make sure that is handled on that end. So I don't be in the clinical setting, but I really do miss my clinical setting with my patients, because I enjoy helping, you know, other people. So I make sure I try to stay stress-free, and if I can, if I get to a point where I feel that I need to sit down or step away, I do that if I can, whether it's a bathroom break or just going outside to gather my thoughts, because I've noticed when I start doing too much, I begin to get like brain fog and I forget certain things. So I have to step away. I try to take breaks throughout the day, because without a break here and there, I know that I will be pushing myself to the limit, and I know if I push myself to the limit, then my stress level will be up, and then there you go, I have another lupus flare-up, and I do not want that. So I try to do what I can to stay calm throughout the day. I try to eat a balanced diet. I try to stay hydrated. Sometimes it can be difficult, but I do what I can to try to stay healthy. I try to take many supplements that I need to take, but one supplement that I really like to focus on is turmeric. Is it turmeric, however you pronounce it? That really helps me. So I make sure I stay on my vitamins regimens. Question number 2. Is my lupus ANA positive? From the past 3 doctor's visits, my lupus ANA has been negative. And I asked my doctor, how could that be? He said, well, usually when you are having a positive ANA, which is anti-nuclear antibodies, when your ANA is positive, you are in a flare-up. And when I first got diagnosed with lupus, my ANA was like positive all the time, and I was feeling like crap. I was totally sick. But my ANA for my past 3 doctor visits have been negative, which means that my lupus is kind of at a standstill, which I am happy for. I am so thankful for that. But I still may get some breakthrough discomfort or fevers here and there. But with the full-blown lupus flare up or having a positive ANA, I have been negative for my past 3 lab works that I had done with my doctor. I still have the antibodies in my system for autoimmune and lupus, but the ANA right now is negative. So I am happy about that, but I still get these moments. Question number 3. Let's see. I have notes over here, so I'm looking at my notes. How do I get my family first? Okay. How do I get my family and friends to understand how I feel with lupus? My family has been so supportive of me, and my friends as well. They have not voiced their opinion for, like, can't you do well? I won't say that. They've been supportive, let me say that. But I try to let them know that when I am feeling sick, when I say that I am tired, it's not like a typical tired, like you go to your job or you just being busy and you're tired. When you have a lupus fatigue or tiredness, it's like a tiredness that you cannot do. You can go to sleep, take a nap or whatever it is, and you'll wake up and still be tired. That's the kind of fatigue that we have with lupus. And I try to explain to them that just imagine that I tell mom, I say, when you are tired, when you go to sleep, you have had a good night's rest for 8 hours or whatever, and then when you wake up, you are still tired. That's how I feel with lupus. I let them know that it seems as if that I am pushing myself to a point where I want to do this. Like, I know that I'm sick, I'm feeling tired, but I continue to keep going. It's such, my body's like, okay, I'm slowing down. That's how I try to explain to that. Just imagine your body is slowing down, but your mind is telling you keep going, but your body's saying no, you can't do it. That's how I try to get them to understand how I am feeling when I'm having a lupus flare up. Question number 4. Does the cold weather makes my lupus worse? Yes. My hands can be like super cold. I am cold year round. I wear a jacket or long sleeve year round. Not necessarily because of the UV rays from the sun, but I wear jackets because I'm cold all the time. If I'm going out to a restaurant, I always have a jacket or some type of long sleeve in my car. I have one in my husband's car, my car, and my daughter's car. I make sure I keep something in there because I know that if I go in there and I am cold, my hands will ache, my feet will ache, and I'm just miserable all over. And by right now it's the fall months. I did wake up with a headache this morning, so I'm having more headaches as the fall season began to approach us. So yeah, the cold weather makes it worse, and I am easily susceptible to getting colds or flu, because if I get a regular cold, I feel terrible. I mean, like I'm in the bed. So the cold weather makes it a little bit worse on me. I do have some issues with the summer months, but the weather, the fall and winter time, I am a little bit more susceptible to things, and that I really feel terrible with. Question number 5. How often do I see my rheumatologist? I see my rheumatologist every 4 months. Yeah, I think 4 months. I am actually 4 months. Well, I'm actually like a month overdue, so I need to call my rheumatologist and make my appointment, because I do not want to get into a cycle where I start making like 5 months, 6 months. I want to follow his instructions. So I am a month overdue, so I need to get myself together and get to my rheumatologist. But yeah, I see my rheumatologist every 4 months. He does not do blood work every time I see him. He may do blood work on me maybe twice a year. So typically maybe like every every other doctor's appointment that I have with him. He does blood work, and he usually do the main panel of blood work, like all of the lab, make sure my whole system is like working, doing what it needs to do. He does that like in January or either beginning of the year. He order tons of testing on me, and then when I go in, maybe my third time after that, he does like a little basic metabolic panel, and he also checks my ANA. But like I said in one of my questions, my second question about ANA, my ANA has been negative. Yay. But yeah, I see my rheumatologist every 4 months. But in the beginning, when I first was being sick, I was going like every 30 days because I was really sick. But now, even though I see my rheumatologist every 4 months, I see my family doctor within those times. I may see her like every 3 months, 3 months, sometimes 6 months, all depending on how I'm feeling. But I see her. But my rheumatologist, 4 months. My heart doctor, once a year. My GI doctor, she's finally given me the okay to wait until my next colonoscopy in another 3 years. But I will see her if I begin to get any other symptoms. My pulmonologist, I may see them every 2 years. Whenever I get a flare up, then I go see them. Who else do I see? My urologist, I see them maybe once a year. I see my I have all these issues, my GYN, and after I had I had a bladder attack and all that stuff, but I may see him every year. But mainly that's my rheumatologist more than any of my other doctors. So he's a good doctor, and I really like him. I hope you all really enjoy this video. If you have any other questions that you'd like to share or ask me, please hit me up. And once again, I do want to thank Smiles Behind Lupus so much for thinking of me and inviting me to do this Q&A. I do appreciate it. I love all of my subscribers. I just get so excited when I have to do a video like, oh, she thought about little old me. Thank you. Thank you all for watching, and I do appreciate it. Much love to you all. I am Frugalistic Lupus Sister. Bye.